Modulating phase. Power surge.
What's up, Commanders? My name is Syntax. Punishing Grey Raven's global release is right around the corner on July 16th. If you haven't pre-registered for it yet, go do that right now. After playing the JP version for about 7 months, I came up with a list of 10 tips that I thought would help me a lot when I was a beginner. I'm hoping this video will help all the new global players not make the same mistakes I did when I started the JP version. Tip number 1. Get your beginner banner S-Rank before using the S-Rank Selector. When you first start the game, you will have an S-Rank Selector that lets you pick from the 5 initial S-Rank constructs. Don't use that yet. You would probably want to avoid getting a duplicate S-Rank at the start of the game. A lot of content demands multiple teams, which means you need multiple characters. You want to obtain your first S-Rank from the beginner banner over here, which requires only 40 pulls to guarantee an S-Rank instead of the usual 60. This banner uses blue cards. You'll get a lot of them from the missions as a new player, and once those missions are complete, you'll have to just wait for weekly rewards. You could convert your black cards the universal gacha currency, but I would avoid doing that. Now that you know how to obtain 2 S-Rank characters very early into the game, my next tip is obtain S-Kamui. This guy is crazy, seriously. Kamui has remained relevant throughout the entirety of PGR's lifespan. He's a very strong dark tank for the early game where there are very little other good tanks, and he is the premier choice for tank slot in current dark teams. If you did not get him from your beginner banner, I highly recommend using your S-Rank Selector to grab Kamui. If you did get him from the beginner banner, use your S-Rank Selector to pick someone else. I personally picked S-Rank Lee because he looked cool, but I would recommend Liv for another support slot. More supports are nice. Tip number 3. Use blue cards for new A-Rank characters, and black cards for new S-Rank characters. Since the second event, Fallen Star, when a new A-Rank character comes out, you can choose to 100% guarantee that new A-Rank character when you hit the 10-pull A-Rank pity on the blue card banner. When a new S-Rank character comes out, you will 100% guarantee that new S-Rank character when you hit the 60-pull S-Rank pity on the new character banner. Make sure you pull from the tab that says 60 pulls to pity. I believe the pity count rolls over to other 60 pity new character banners. With the assumed pacing of events on global server, you should be able to guarantee every new S-Rank character as a free-to-play player, or at least be very close. If you purchase the monthly Black Card Pass, you will definitely guarantee every new S-Rank character, as well as have some attempts at rolling for their 6-star signature weapons. Alright, that's enough about gacha, let's go on to something else. Tip number 4. Prioritize clearing the story. Story in PGR is really good, and it only gets better. It may have a slow start, but with every new update and event, the story just keeps building up to be one of the more memorable stories I've played through. In addition, certain resource stages are locked behind story progress. In order to access the more efficient stages, you need to go through the story. This is probably the more important reason to go through the story, but I just wanted to shill for how good it is. Tip number 5. Focus on powering up a few characters. At the early stage of the game, you want to have a team that can reliably tackle story as well as the harder content. This means the higher level resource stages, paying cage stages, and Warzone stages. I made the mistake of investing in multiple characters too early, which slowed down my progress because I could not continue in story, due to either not meeting a DPS check or just not having enough health to survive. Tip number 6. Do at least one character's fragment stage every day. You can do multiple characters' fragment stages, but I recommend doing at least one character's every day. These character fragments can be used to give stat bonuses and new passive abilities to constructs. You can also use them to unlock the unit, but I would avoid doing that. Instead, you want to roll the A-Rank unit from the blue card banner first. Rolling duplicate A-Rank characters gives less fragments than the cost to unlock them with fragments. In the early game, I highly recommend doing the fragment stage for B-Rank Liv. B-Liv, when maxed up to SSS rank, gets a passive to increase the team's physical damage, which is very good for the first S-Rank event character. This passive also makes her stay relevant in the future as a support for the physical team. Tip number 7. Do your daily and weekly missions. Your weeklies are your source of black cards to pull. Please don't slack on them. You risk not having enough black cards to pity new characters. Dailies and weeklies can be done very quickly. There are videos of people speedrunning their daily missions in about 5 minutes or less. If you know you can't clear a stage in the pain cage game mode, you should still enter the stage, even if you get killed. This counts as an attempt for your weekly. Tip number 8. Don't overinvest in 4-star and 5-star memories. This is probably my biggest mistake. I heavily underestimated how common 6-star memories are. I invested too many resources into some 5-star memories that I ended up never using again. Only invest enough into these 5-star memories so that you can progress through the story. Tip number 9. Don't neglect your dorm. Your constructs in your dorm can earn you these dorm points, which can be traded for some passes that you can use to buy costumes. Not every costume is obtainable with these passes. Some costumes you'll have to pay real money for. But hey, farmable costumes. Finally, tip number 10, my most important tip. Enjoy the game. Seriously, I love punishing Grey Raven. I always play it when I'm able to. I love messing around with all the different teams and seeing how they perform on hard boss fights. I've been actively playing this game for the past 7 months just because I really like it. Play the characters you like. Play the game how you like. I made this video so that you guys don't make some of the mistakes I did when I started the JP version. I'm really grateful for the people who helped me understand this game and for the amazing community it's had. Shoutouts to the PGR fandom Discord, they are some of the most helpful people I know. They helped me get my footing in this game, and they're a great community. Shoutouts to Rexlent for all his contributions to the English community of PGR. He's had such a big impact on this game's future. Links to the fandom Discord and to Rexlent's socials are in the description. I hope this video helps people get started in the global version of Punishing Grey Raven. I'm going to be streaming the global release, and I'm also going to stream JP version's Rosetta release. If you have any feedback for me, please let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate if you gave me a like and subscribed. I stream PGR on Twitch. My Twitter and Discord are in the description. That's all I've got. See you commanders on global release. Thanks for watching.